So some people ask like how would she work with Scarlet, right? What we need to do is to test it in shooting range, and it is actually pretty simple how to test it. So I'll have Scarlet here. We'll have Guilty here. Where are you, Guilty? Okay. And then remove her. So Scarlet is 36k, Guilty is at 29k. So here, Scarlet has 20% attack. So now the question is, does it take into account the buff? One thing that we have to do is test it with Scarlet not attacking first. And then we're gonna increase our stacks. So you can see how much my Guilty's damaging right now. Okay, we're at now this is at 5 stacks is at 12,000. Now we let Scarlet keep attacking this time. The question is our damage getting increased at all? Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try dropping my stacks first. All right, my stacks are dropped, and now let's see if we can reach the same amount. Now that my Scarlet has basically 5 stacks now. No. So that's the answer. No, it doesn't stack with Scarlet. Here's the next test. What if Guilty is the highest attack? The best way I could do this is I could have another low-level character. A low-level character right here. Yeah, there you go. And now I'll try also another one where higher attack but then still below Guilty. With 5 stacks, she deals 11,441. Okay, now let's test someone with a little bit higher attack but probably weaker DPS. Still 21k, so still less. Is she siphoning off the second best attacker, or she's siphoning off that other attack or her own? Theoretically, she should be siphoning off herself. She's borrowing her own attack. That's the because it's 11,441 still, regardless. So now let's try with someone who is just barely above her. Okay, I'm gonna give Alice a single piece of gear. Or 29617. Okay. Alright, 29018. Yeah, 11494. Yeah. So what that means is if she is the highest attack, she will borrow from herself. There was something that I wanted to test with Guilty, and it's involving custom modules. I'm trying to test if overload will affect what Guilty's taking, the stats that she's taking. I want to know how much overload affects it, or does it affect just the base stats? So Laplace has 4683 with 555 and then 3 on the overload. 13021. So now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change effects this one. We have attack 11.81% on this overload. Charge speed, defense, max ammo capacity. Let us switch into, or let's try now though, 13021. So now that we have overload gear updated, theoretically we should deal less damage if overload was affected or not. Let's see. 13021. So overload is not included in the calculation. It's because the overload gear, it said like the effect will be enabled when entering the battle, but then you enter the battle, but then you don't really see there's no status that, oh yeah, attack plus percentage increase. However, overload is enough though. So here's what I'm saying though, is if say I put my Drake in, she's borrowing the best stats she could get, because my Drake has overload on the 3 pieces of gear that gives attack. So like she's at her peak right now. Well, obviously the other 2 is not upgraded yet, but basically, like, you know, these are the only things that she needs to borrow from Drake. Yeah, actually, that was the only thing that I wanted to test today.